Hey guys, welcome back from another video. It's me, Wintry Will. Today we are playing Criminal Case, and we're going to be moving on to Case 23. We just finished with Case 22, To Die or Not to Die. So yeah guys, now we're on Case 23, and yeah, we'll just get started. The Final Journey. Hi Will, isn't it the perfect day to have lunch on the grass? Oh sorry, my cell phone is ringing. I'll just answer it quickly and then we can eat. Chief King? Hello? Yes, Lieutenant Will is with me. A woman has found the body of her nephew in her attic? Yes, we're going there straight away, sir. Well, we'll have to enjoy the fresh air another day. Let's go to Mrs. Taylor's house. So this is Daniel Taylor. I'm confused. The body looks completely unharmed, and he was clearly a fit young man. What could have killed him? And look at the way he was positioned, like he was reaching for his phone. Well, Daniel's body can go straight to the lab. As for the phone, I trust by now there's no PIN code that can resist your skills. There's also what seems to be Daniel's backpack. It looks pretty full. Was he planning on leaving? Let's have a look at it, Will. As I thought, you managed to unlock the victim's phone in no time, Will. Let's send it to Alex and get a full review of everything Daniel did on that phone before dying. Wait a second, the ticket you found in Daniel's backpack is a one-way ticket to Australia. Was Daniel planning on leaving Grimsboro forever? We should go talk to his aunt about this. He's her nephew after all, and she's the one who found the body. I thought my heart would fail me when I found my nephew's body. I've been feeling faint ever since. You see, Lieutenant, Daniel has been living with me ever since his mother died 10 years ago. 25 is a bit old to be living in an attic. Was Daniel unemployed? Well, lately he was working in the tea parlor, if you can call it a job. He never worked in the same place for long anyway, like his mother, may she rest in peace. Daniel always said he wanted to see the world, to escape. Escape his duties more like. My health is troubling me. All I asked was that he be there in case of trouble. But he could never be bothered. He said his job was taking up his time. Ha! As if waiting tables at the tea parlor could ever last till 10 p.m. like last night. Well, Will, I can't really blame Daniel for wanting to escape his aunt's house. Living with her can't have been easy every day. At least now we know Daniel worked at the tea parlor, and apparently he was right there right before he died. What do you say we go have a look at it, Will? Why is this photo torn to pieces? I can't believe anyone in this town would still think tearing stuff up would deter you, Will. But you'll show them, won't you? Hey, that's our victim on the photo. Employee of the month, His boss sure seems to like him. There's something written on it, or at least there used to be. Maybe a little powder would do the trick. What do you think? The message on the picture you found reads, "To the best employee I ever had. Love, Gertrude." Well, Daniel sure seems to have been popular with the ladies. With Mrs. Piccadilly in particular. Look at the way she is looking at him on the picture. Like she's starved and Daniel's a cupcake. We better talk to her, Will, to shed some light on her relationship with Daniel. I cannot believe the sweet boy is dead. Who could wish harm on such a nice, handsome boy? We're sorry for your loss. So Daniel Taylor worked for you, Mrs. Piccadilly? Of course he did. Daniel was the sweetest, the best employee I have ever hired. Always polite, willing to help. Our customers loved him. You did not seem to be an exception. Was your relationship strictly professional? How dare you? No doubt he was handsome, but my affection for him was purely dependent on the quality of his job. And now, if you excuse me, I'm understaffed and there's a lot of work to be done. You know, Jones, maybe next time you find a victim's phone, you could try having a look at it yourself. My talents are wasted on such trifles. You should deem yourself lucky we're finding you stuff to do. Cheer up, Mr. Grumpy. Daniel tried to call a certain Lily 10 times yesterday, but she never picked up the phone. Judging from the heart next to her name, I'm guessing your victim was dating this Lily. Interesting. Well, let's go talk to Lily and see what kept her from answering her boyfriend's dying call. Miss Robinson, I know learning the death of your boyfriend must be tough, but we really need to talk to you. We really need you to talk to us, please. I just don't know what to say. We saw that Dan tried to call you 10 times last night. Why didn't you answer? I was busy studying for finals. I put my phone in silence mode. If I had known, oh God. Had you and Daniel been dating for a long time, Lily? We've been in love since we were kids. We were true soulmates, him and I. I'd always thought we'd grow old together, and now there's nothing left. Well, Will, this is the first time it happens, but I found nothing. Your victim's dead. It's a given, but what killed him, on the other hand? All I can say with absolute certainty is that it wasn't a natural death. Daniel was in perfect health, and while the symptoms are consistent with choking, there was nothing blocking his airways. I can't find anything that would explain how or why this happened. It's like your victim just dropped dead. Well, I don't believe in magic, so there must be a murder weapon out there. But how will we ever find it if we don't know what to look for? Don't worry, Lieutenant Will, I haven't said my last word yet. I'll get back to you as soon as I find something more concrete. A few hours later. I still can't figure this out, Will. We know our victim had a loving girlfriend, a nice job. We also know he wanted to travel, possibly spend his life on the road. But we still don't know what killed him, and until we find Well, I got good news. Got great news. It took me more time than I expected, but I know who your killer is. What? And that will be it for chapter 1. Wow. Alright guys, we're going to do something a little different this time, and I don't know, maybe I would do it for the rest of the cases in the franchise or whatever, but I'm going to do 2 chapters per video. So chapter 1 and 2 are now going to be in one video, in chapters 3 and 4 will go into another video. So let me know if you guys like that. I don't know, like I feel like it will be easier, so I won't have to like edit as many videos, and because it kind of takes a lot of time. So yeah, so this video will be chapter 1 and 2. So well, I got great news. It took me more time than I expected, but I know who your killer is. What? Yes, the person who killed Daniel is a gardener. Jones, you're so silly. You think we will actually know who the killer is now? It's only chapter 2. Hey, you're the one who jumped to conclusions. Anyway, here's how I know it. Right after you left, I found toxins inside your victim's body, and they're definitely from a vegetal, even though I'm not quite sure which one yet. Well, William, what better place to look for somebody who's good with botany than the local greenhouse? And while we're at it, I'd like to have another chat with Mrs. Piccadilly. I keep wondering about that picture we found. If she loved Daniel so much, why did she tear it up? You want to know who tore Daniel's picture up, Lieutenant Will? Alright, I will tell you, but I trust you will keep this discussion private. I got a reputation to uphold after all. I did have feelings for Daniel. I know. This was wildly inappropriate of me, but the boy was such a cream, such a charmer. However, he made it clear he did not reciprocate those feelings. Oh, he promised me this wouldn't change a thing, that he would still work for me. A pack of lies, of course. 2 days later, I learned Daniel was planning a trip to Australia. I was furious and I tore the picture up, but that's all I did. And now with him gone, I'm completely understaffed. I haven't even cleaned up his table yet. Daniel's table? What do you mean? Daniel had tea with someone after his shift yesterday. I didn't see who it was. The place was crowded, but they were sitting over there. Mrs. Piccadilly, do not touch anything on that table. Lieutenant Will, let's go inspect it straight away. You know, Will, I used to love playing in greenhouses when I was a kid. Don't they make you want to pretend you're lost in the jungle? So, those flowers are still fresh. They must have been cut very recently, and for no reason that I can see. Maybe the plant Nathan's looking for is among them. And if you don't mind, I think we should also go have a chat with Charles Parker. He's the botanist who owns this greenhouse. He may have some valuable info for us. Alright, well, let's have a look at that teacup and see who had tea with Daniel before his death. This flower doesn't look like anything like the rest. Why would anyone cut it? It's beautiful. You're right, Will. This is definitely fishy. Let's send it to Nathan straight away. Welcome, Lieutenant Will. It's always nice to meet people interested in nature. Have you come to see my new carnivorous flowers, perhaps? Actually, we've come here on business. The murder we're investigating has ties to botany. How interesting. I mean, how tragic for your victim, obviously. But I'd be interested in knowing more about the death. That is confidential information, Mr. Parker. Did you know Daniel Taylor? You mean Daniel's dead? I understand better why Lily looks so upset. I thought she was worried about the disease that's affecting I feel effeliciting are hydrangeas. Wait a second, are you telling us you know Lily Robinson? Lily has been my apprentice for 2 years, yes. She's exceptionally gifted, especially with exotic flowers. I'm hoping to hire her once she graduates from her botanist studies. Fingerprints. Perfect. Let's send them to the lab and see which one of our suspects touched that teacup. Lieutenant Will, I didn't expect to see you here. And we didn't expect to see you here. We now know Daniel died from the effects of vegetarial poison, so we came to check out the greenhouse. We didn't know you were studying botany. But this can't be. Daniel always asked me questions about which plants were poisonous, which were edible. I taught him everything I knew. Daniel saw plants as a means of survival. He didn't quite understand the beauty of it all. The seeds may travel far and wide, but once they touch the ground, they grow roots and stay there forever. Growing roots is something important to you, am I right? But Daniel didn't share your point of view, did he? All he wanted to do was leave this town. Daniel was in search of himself. He thought he needed to travel for that. I think he was mistaken, but now I guess we'll never know. The fingerprints you found on the teacup are a match with a certain Molly Robinson. Robinson? Is she related to Lily Robinson? Let me see. Yes, she's Lily's grandmother, and they both live in the same house. Interesting. Well, let's go have a word with Mrs. Robinson and see why she had tea with our victim yesterday. I'm delighted to meet you, Lieutenant Will, but I'm kinda in a rush. I must get my Poochkin to her beauty appointment. Isn't she a beauty? I'm sure she'll win the dog pageant. Oh yes, you will, you lovely girl. You look surprised. Don't you know about the dog pageant? It's the biggest event in the district. It's only in a few weeks, so I got to keep my Poochkin at her best. Oh, I guess we'll have to go see that, Lieutenant Will. Anyway, we were wondering why you had gone to the tea parlor to see Daniel Taylor yesterday. Well, he was dating my granddaughter. You know, Lily has been living with me since she was a child. We're very close. So I tried to make Daniel feel like he's part of our little family. He was such a nice boy, so in love with Lily, and quite a hoot, too. Well, you impressed me yet again. The flower you found in the greenhouse is the one that was used to poison Daniel. The Ultimum Viatium, or Last Journey, is a beautiful but deadly flower most commonly found in South America. If ingested, the toxins in its pollen provoke hallucinations, headaches, blurred speech, and if the victim cannot seek help in time, it constricts the lungs so that the victim dies by asphyxiation. There is no doubt about it. This beautiful flower is your murder weapon. But that's not all. Just by examining it for a few minutes, I got pollen all over my hands. It's both highly volatile and extremely hard to get rid of. Whoever used this to kill Daniel can't have escaped getting stained. You're looking for someone with pollen on their clothes. You're right, as always, Will. If the killer collected the deadly flower from the greenhouse, they might have left over clues there. Let's go have another look at the greenhouse straight away. Bingo, that was the shoe print you found next to the place the flower was hidden was left by the killer. We need to figure out which type of shoe left that print. Let's have a look through our database and see if we get lucky. Our trusty shoe print database never fails us, so the shoe print left in the greenhouse matches alligators. No way, Crocs? Well, anyone wearing plastic shoes outside of the beach is suspicious in my book. I don't care how comfy they are. Anyway, now we know Daniel's killer wears alligators. Let's keep our eyes peeled next time we talk to our suspects. Bro, it could be me, because I wear Crocs. And that is it, guys. That is the end of chapter 2 and the end of this video. So, like I said, guys, let me know what you guys think about doing 2 chapters per video, just to make things a bit easier and I guess, well, I wouldn't say faster, would it? No, not faster, but it'll be easier for me to edit and all that. So I don't have to do 3, I can just do 2. So yeah, let me know.